Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. For this match I'm going to be playing as Necrons, running the new Tomb Stalker, which in this season had its trait changed from deathblow to fear. Initially I thought this would be a very good change, because as I've said before, deathblow is not really the most reliable on cards with a lot of health that don't always die. But with fear, this thing is guaranteed to take a lot less damage and just be a lot more tanky. I have fear at the third tier here, which reduces damage by 50%, which effectively doubles its health to nearly 600. So my biggest concern is maybe the damage output, because this thing does have a pretty decent attack power at this level, but it's actually quite a bit less than the other expensive option for Necrons, which is the Transcendent with Barrage. That's the one that I have been using for ages, and I think that is still the better option in terms of damage output, but I'm curious to see how the Tomb Stalker works here. I'm also just going with the fear. I also got the Nightbringer in here, another powerful melee bodyguard. And then the 6-point Flayed One Outcast, which also has fear. And then for support, we've got the Overlord with Inspiring Presence. So this should be pretty fun, combined with Nemazor Zandrek, who can further buff the ranged and melee attack stats. So let's go ahead and deploy, and we'll see how this works out. And I am very curious to see if the Tomb Stalker will just be able to survive at the end of the battle. I only have 4 bodyguards in this deck, so we'll be deploying those big guys on turn 1. Up against Inquisitor Greyfax here, and let's take a look at the level. It's not a super high-ranking deck by the looks of it, but we should have our work cut out for us because it looks like they're running Psychers. And Psychers are super effective against Necrons, except for the Psychomancer. That's the one that you want to use if you're up against a Psychic deck, but we'll see what happens here. I mean, in general, I think a melee-centric deck is not going to fare as well against Psychic as a ranged deck would. See how much damage this guy can actually... Yes, these guys, with Greyfax especially, they have a huge amount of damage, but the fear is going to be good for reducing that. I think... I'm debating whether to... I want to put the Warlord down, actually, but... I think we're actually going to start off with Nemazor Zandrek just to be fun, so... here comes the music. We're going to have the loud music blasting for like the entire battle. It's been a while since I actually tried this. So they get the first turn. The Sonic Blast will go off, but before that, Nemazor Zandrek is going to retreat from the battlefield and be replaced by his bodyguard with Taunt. Cool little animation there that only happens in this situation. So the Taunt guy is going to be taking all of the damage from those psychic attacks, and then we will go with... It looks like we have our melee getting buffed at the moment, so yeah, we'll go with the melee attack here. I did want to save the guy with the Inspiring Presence. Don't really want him dying early on, and we might need it to take down some of the bigger Psychers that come out later. Another big Psychic attack coming, and the Nightbringer's already getting down on the health. Of course, Necrons do have a lot of healing with Medicae, so that can be pretty good. To keep these guys alive for a bit longer. Flayed One also got a damage buff this season, forgot to mention that. Move the Nightbringer over to the center so we can clear out everything on the board, and that means that their Warlord will be deploying on this next turn. Actually, wasn't paying attention to what level these cards are at. Let's see, level 7, so kind of mid-range level. This guy is pretty strong, though. Even at level 5, with the buff from Greyfax, they're getting a 45% boost. Now they've got some fear on the field with the Colexus Assassin, so that's going to be reducing the damage on the Tomb Stalker. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Everything on their field is being reduced, having the damage reduced by fear, but they're still getting a lot of free damage in with these psychic attacks. Alright, we could switch over to ranged, but at the moment, Zandrek is feeling like buffing the melee, I believe. Yep. So, let's see how much damage we can do. We've got, yeah. Ooh, you know what? the old Inquisitor over there can actually kill the flayed one. But hey, you know what? We're just going to follow what Zondrek says. We'll go with the melee, do some good damage to Greyfax herself. And I think, yeah, we'll do this. We'll go with this guy in the center lane. I think Greyfax has probably the weakest psychic attack from out of all of these. Yeah, at this level, so Overlord is going to be fine. So yeah, the Tomb Stalker did take a lot of damage, and it's still alive. The Nightbringer is actually at a slightly lower level, so it's dying a little bit more quickly. You do have a pretty good ranged attack charged up, but it's not quite enough. We'll continue going with the melee, although I think that might actually have opened up the Nightbringer to getting taken out by the Sonic Blast. We'll see how much damage. Oh, he survives. Okay, we're still good. Fairly close game here. I may have made a misplay at some point, but we'll see if Zondrek has what it takes. Go with the... Got another outflank there, and then pretty good ranged attack charge up here, but he's... Man, every time it's my turn, it seems like he wants to buff the melee, but hey, there you go. He actually has the exact amount of melee damage. We also do have enough ranged to take these guys out, so we'll go with the ranged attack here. And did manage to pull off a win. So I like the way that Zondrek combos. I mean, Zondrek I think is the best Necron Warlord overall, just because he's you know, cheap enough in terms of points that you can include a lot of bodyguards, but he does a lot of things with his special rule. A lot of the other Necron Warlords kind of suffer from having situational special rules, or ones that just don't scale with the level of your cards. So, this worked out pretty nicely. I do like this build. Let me know what you think about the change, though, to the Tomb Stalker. If you used the Tomb Stalker when it had deathblow, I'm curious as to how it worked out for you. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.